here is Liberty's first bath. Liberty is a 4-year-old Appaloosa cross. She's never had a bath before this, and this is how I did it. So I started out by introducing her to the hose and just fake spraying her all over. I didn't have the water on. I was just getting her used to the motion, and I had her ground tie, which she did good at, and just got her used to all of that, because if she can't get used to this, she's not going to like the water at all. I then picked up the lead rope and got the hose ready, which obviously I was struggling with, but then I just started turning on the water just a little bit and asking her just to stay there, not like getting mad if she tried to walk away, just letting her drift a little bit and getting her used to it. And I really liked that she investigated it and showed curiosity, put her nose on the nozzle, so I stopped and petted her. And then I turned it back on and was spraying it kind of towards her side, and then I worked on like spraying her legs off, and you could see that she's relaxing with that licking and chewing, and so I rewarded her by turning the water off and petting her. And then I did this like a bunch. The hose is really stiff, so I couldn't get it to cooperate with me, but just slowly I added more and more. And if she walked away, I kept that water on until she stopped. When she stopped, I turned it off, petted her, and you could see she gets more confident with it every single time I do that. So you notice how I have her outside instead of in a wash rack. That is a safety thing for your very first time washing a horse. You should always have them outside and like not tied up, because if they freak out, like it's easier to control right here than it is to control in a cramped tied situation. It's just a big safety thing, and it also lets them like get more okay with it, and the more okay they are with it, the more they'll start liking it, because this very first time it's weird. It's like if you try a sport, or like if you're a little kid, you know, it's hard to get them to take showers. You know, it's just weird that very first time, but if it's traumatic the first time, they're never going to do it again. Whereas if it's positive the very first time, they're going to start enjoying it more and more. So you see here, I'm letting her lick my hand. That's one of her like releases. She loves licking people's hands, or loves playing with her mouth. And so to get her to release, sometimes when she freezes up, I'll do that, and then you can see she automatically starts licking and chewing, relaxes, completely changes. So sometimes if I'm struggling with something to get her to calm down, or like she freezes up, I'll just do that. She releases, she's perfectly fine. So once she was all sprayed down, I went ahead and got my soap and started soaping her up, and specifically working on what I was giving her a bath for, which was her back legs. She had some dandruff that was really itchy, and then also her back. I had just ridden her, and so I was making sure she wasn't getting like sweat itching, and so I poured it all down her back and really worked that in, and she really enjoyed that. I had a massager, like an Oster massager sort of deal, but it really works that soap in, and so I really like it to start out. She seemed to like it. You could see her almost wiggling her lips right there, and she's just like super relaxed, so she really liked that. And this is one of my favorite parts, is working that soap, and it's so fun, especially with all the bubbles. Got her mane all lathered up, but she ended up stepping on the lead rope and I didn't notice, and when she went to take a step she kind of tripped there and was like, "Wah, what happened?" But I just didn't make a big deal out of it, so she didn't make a big deal out of it. Horses are like literally toddlers. If you make a big deal out of something, they're always going to think it's a huge deal. If you act like it didn't happen, they're not going to freak out or anything. Just staying calm is the best thing you could do with a horse, and also reassurance is one of the best things, so I did a lot of that with her. And I kept getting mud on my lead rope, so you can see me shaking my lead rope a couple times trying to knock some of the mud off, but I made sure that those back legs on her hocks and stuff were all lathered up, and made sure her back was all lathered up. And I also did her mane and tail. So again, she stepped on her lead rope and I almost panicked a little bit, but then I just remembered I need to just let her figure it out. And of course she didn't make a big deal out of it, and she was fine. And she was looking and chewing like, "Oh, I probably shouldn't step on the lead rope again." But I didn't throw the lead rope over her neck because I didn't want the soap getting into the lead rope. But and I couldn't really hold the lead rope very well because I had soap all over my hands. So I just kind of let her figure it out, and then she was fine. And then I went back to rubbing all that dandruff off, and you can see she's wiggling her lip. She's all happy with that. But yeah. She kept drying off faster than I could get the soap rubbed in, so you could see me spray her off a couple times. It was super warm out and it's very dry where we live, so that's a common occurrence, and it's always fun trying to race the heat and go back and forth between the hose and the soap. And she stepped on the lead rope and the hose that time, so I had to get her off. Finally, I was like, screw it, and I fake tied her to the fence, so basically it's just a slip knot. If she were to pull back, she'd come undone super easy, and I can also pull the other end to get her undone. But I was kind of tired of her stepping on the lead rope and trying to cause difficult situations, so I just threw it right there to spray her off, and she bounced around a little bit and took a couple steps here and there, but overall she stayed right there. She didn't pull on the lead rope. Right here, I just gave her a little break and walked her around. I then put conditioner in her mane and tail, got that all slicked up. I cut out a camera for a while, so I cut out like 5 minutes, but you know, you get the idea. I then took the dull end of a shin blade and scraped all the extra water off. I then took the antimicrobial spray and just sprayed her back legs. Any cuts I found on her to help those clear up faster. She had some fly bites on her belly, so I got those sprayed and scratched, and then I realized how much dead skin and just gunk was on her udder, and so I cleaned that all out, which she really enjoyed. You could see her wiggling her lips, but at least I didn't have to stick my arm up a sheath like you do with a gelding. I was trying to be super gentle, but at the same time get all that nasty stuff out there. So so it took a while and it was awful, but we got it done. I went and washed my hands off, and then I carried on, started brushing out her mane. I was using some conditioner to make sure that there was no knots and I wasn't yanking her mane out, but she really liked the smell of the conditioner, so she kept smiling. Those back legs were pretty itchy still, so I took the brush and scratched them for her, which she stretched out and really enjoyed. So that was Liberty's first bath. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe for more equine shenanigans.